Talk Live, bring up what you want. Live edition from Porcupine Freedom Festival 2012. We're here at the beautiful Rogers Campground with an absolutely spectacular view. Pretty much wherever you look, we're surrounded by, we're right next to the White Mountains, which is just an incredible view. And better than that, though, it's the people. There's a lot of these people. You can come here and talk to them in person. Many of them have booths set up, and some of them have buses, actually, as I understand it. One of those folks is with us here right now. Kelly Halldorson is joining us. Now, Kelly, I think that we've had you on the show a number of times in the past, and you and your husband and family travel around in a bus. Tell me what it is you guys are up to.
Well, we homeschool our kids.
And get real close on that mic, please.
Okay, sorry. We just travel around the country and homeschool our kids and try to spread the message of freedom, through example. So if our kids are interested in doing a specific thing, they want to go to an event, like we just went to Bonnaroo, which is a big, huge musical festival.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, in Tennessee, and the kids got to spend 4 days there going and exploring different kinds of music. My son's really interested in doing music, so we did that. We've also go to unschooling events and political events. We went to the Republican straw poll in Iowa. That was really crazy and weird. Not at all
Really?
What I expected.
What was weird about it? Just the Republicans are just weird in general?
Yeah. The Republicans are a little just weird in general, but it also is it's a big festival. It's like this big event. It's this big fair with a lot of, weird fair stuff and just crazy people.
And this bus of yours is called the Unschool Bus, and you basically converted it into some kind of camper, right?
Yeah, it's a retired school bus from Massachusetts because there's a law that says you can't run a school bus past 10 years, no matter how good a condition it's in. So there's this excess of school buses, so they're really cheap. It was like $3,000. We got to buy a school bus, and you rip out all the seats, and you make it exactly how you want. And my husband did all the work, so we got a full-size Class A type RV with 4 bedrooms, shower, bathroom.
4 bedrooms?
Yes, 4 bedrooms for our 3 kids and us.
Is that like a berths? I mean, how big are these bedrooms?
They're bunks, and then underneath the kids have like a little space where they can sit, and they're all teenagers too, so there's plenty of big space.
So is there a hallway in between these bedrooms? There
is. It's a very narrow hallway. He kind of built it like the back end of it is sort of like a boat. You know how you go a boat, the top of it is a little slanted out, so your shoulders and a little narrower at the feet. But there's 3 bedrooms down the hall, and then ours is at the end. We have running water, we have batteries to store power, we have a kitchen that works, and it's great. And for a fraction of the cost of what it would cost an RV, and it
sure would. It sure is. Yeah,
a lot.
So and do you live in this 12 months a year?
We live in it full time. Yeah, we've been on it for almost 2 years now.
And that's got to be a real learning experience for the kids in the
absolutely, absolutely.
Bus.
And to work within that space, we actually even had somebody live with us on the bus for 2 months. It was
where did they sleep?
She slept on the bench out in the living area in the living room. Yeah, and she's an 18-year-old. She's I don't know. It went around for a while. She wrote a speech. She was a valedictorian and wrote a speech about how it was like internet went viral. Her video on.
What was her name? I think we might have
Erica Goldson.
We did. We had her on the show.
Yeah. So she stayed with us for 2 months. That was an interesting experience.
So what does unschooling mean?
Well, it means a lot of things to a lot of different people, it seems. But to us and to me, what it means is allowing my kids as much freedom as I can, and so that they can explore their interests. And I just act as a helper, a facilitator, that kind of thing. If there's something they want to do, then I try to help make that happen. If there's something they want to learn, I try to help that happen. I try to basically stay out of the way as they learn things on their own.
But how much have you learned as being part of this, just kind of being that facilitator?
Oh, I've learned, I can't even, just countless things.
Yeah.
I really have.
So how old are your kids?
My kids are 14, 15, and 17.
How long have you been unschooling them?
We've had them I've homeschooled for, I want to say this will be our 8th year. It kind of gets blurry after, especially when you don't we're non-compliant, so it's not like I say, oh, they're in this grade this year. I mean, I could think about it and tell you.
How would you be compliant? I mean, you're moving around constantly. Each state has some different rules. I mean, exactly what state are you a resident of?
We're a resident of New Hampshire.
I see. So, the people catch you up in Iowa, they say you're not following New Hampshire's rules.
No, we've never had any kind of problems whatsoever.
Now, wait, so if you're non-compliant, there's no punishment for that? They're not going to threaten you with jail time?
Not here in New Hampshire. No.
Really? I thought that, Mark, you had told me that you have to send some sort of lesson plan into the state for approval.
The rules have changed in the last few weeks.
They have, but you never had to send a lesson plan. You had to give them a notice that you were. Well, actually, 1 year
what?
You did.
Exactly.
You had to just say that you are homeschooling. And then at the end of the year, you had a choice of 3 different kinds of like evaluation of a portfolio, evaluation of a child, or testing, and then you had to submit
you would have to go to some sort of state evaluator?
No, well, you could pick a teacher, of your own, and then they can look at a portfolio of your kid's work, and then they give you a letter that you then hand to the state. Or we also had the option of using a participating agency, which would be a private school.
But you haven't been doing that?
I haven't been doing that. No, the first year I did, but that's.
And they didn't try to chase you down or anything like that?
They did not try to chase me down.
That's good. I'm really glad to hear that, because when I talk to parents who want to do homeschooling, they will relate to me that, we looked at New Hampshire and it's just not they're just not free enough regarding homeschooling. And
they are now with the changes.
So what is it that has changed?
A lot's changed.
Just in the last few weeks?
Just since Friday.
Oh, wow. This is news to me. I don't think we've reported this yet, Mark.
Yeah. That's correct. So you no longer have to, and you do not have to annually report that you're a homeschooler.
No, and
so no more of this portfolio nonsense.
The portfolio you still have to do, but you just keep it to yourself.
But apparently you don't actually have to.
You don't have to submit it. You just have to have it.
But I guess what I had misunderstood in the past was that people say you have to do this thing, but you're saying they've never chased you down for it.
No, and I was very vocally non-compliant. Very vocally.
Great. I think that people need to really hear about that. That's great news.
Now your kids have been unschooled and homeschooled for what you said 8 years now. So I mean, most of their school lives, are they mouth-breathing Cro-Magnons that can't read? Or
no, not at all.
I mean, that's what people would think, right? Like, there's no school, then there must be no learning.
Yeah, no, there's definitely lots and lots of learning. And it's funny, my daughter, she's the one. She went her last year in school. She's only been to 2nd grade, and she reads, she writes, she draws, she does everything.
I actually am a subscriber to. They friended me on Facebook, so I get to see some of the things that they do, and they are surprise, they're literate. But you go to as far as kids going to college and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people are concerned with doing homeschooling or unschooling and these kind of things, and what's going to happen to kids if they want to go to school.
Well, if they want to go to school, that's not their. I mean, they can. I mean, it's a different kind of track. There are different ways to do it. So it's not. There's not one answer. My recommendation would be is if your kids are interested in going to a specific school, contact that school's admissions department and find out what it is they'd want to. And don't wait till the last minute. Do it. If the kids are like, well, I really kind of want to do this, or I really kind of am interested in this school, then contact that admissions director and say, my kids really want to go to this school. What do you want from me to show? Because this is what we do in our lives, and what can we do to show you that they'd succeed here.
And we were just on a panel. You were just on a panel today with a woman named Doris Hohensee. Yeah, who her kids, she had several of them, and they went to like Princeton and Yale and MIT and
they're all unschooled.
Cornell. Yes, basically.
Fantastic. Kelly, do you have a website you can plug?
Well, right now you can find us on Facebook, the Unschool Bus on Facebook.
The Unschool Bus on Facebook. Thanks for coming on Free Talk Live. There's more coming up here live from the Porcupine Freedom Festival 2012.